Casey Allison trial versus Anthony's case. What's your thoughts about it?
Obviously, the judge will have different bail amounts because it's up to the judge's discretion. It has nothing to do with privilege. It has nothing to do with race. It's always up to the real discretion of the judge, which is the reason for the different amounts in bond reduction. And also, I think, honestly, people should be calling out the Anthony family taking donations because, and calling these people out, because who wants to support a murderer?
Stay unalive. But the question is, why one all over social media, but you never even heard of a Casey Allison? Have you ever heard of the Casey Allison trial until all this happened when it came to Karmelo? Be honest.
No, and only because the race grifters wanted to bring it up to reference white privilege.
But whose side is being racist?
How do you know it's going to be unfair?
Because right now it's being unfair. The family is being harassed, talking about they was taking donations and they was buying homes and cars, and none of that was true. The donations that they had received, they didn't even get it when they was putting out all those false accusations.
So it's going to be a sham trial because the family, the family of the accused wants to get donations. So it's a sham trial?
Well, like I said, you give whoever you want to give to, but
murderer.
Anthony, well, you can call him whatever you want, but the thing about it is, he deserved his day in court.
And he's getting his day in court. And when is he's not going to get his day in court?
We proven him as guilty before it even got to the trial. So how can you say he's going to get a fair trial?
Well, there's always such a thing as the court of public opinion.
Well, I understand the court of public opinion, but make sure that it's be facts. Hold on 1 second. Don't put words in my mouth. What I'm comparing is the two. Why we never heard of Casey Allison trial?
Makes no sense.
Well, the thing about it is that stay off the family until this case goes to trial. Go ahead and ask you another question. When it comes to all the stuff that is out there, they saying that it was pouring down raining and he asked for permission to go under that tent. And do you think that when it came to Allison and his brother, they had the right to tell him to remove himself, or should they went ahead and got an adult and asked the adult to go ahead and...
Of course not.
So I'll answer that real quick. First of all, in the police report, it does not say it was raining during the time of the incident. It does not say that in the police report. Multiple witnesses said that, so you have misinformation. And second of all, what permission does Anthony have to be in the tent in the first place?
Dude, are you serious? This is not the 1950s and the 60s during the Jim Crow era?
None, because he doesn't go to that school. Thank you.
So was it a sign that says private?
It's generally common sense that you don't go to the other school's tent. It's like the same thing if Larry Bird went over to Magic Johnson's during a timeout in Lakers versus Celtics. If Magic Johnson went over to Larry Bird's timeout huddle and just went over there.
Like I say, we have a right to agree to disagree. But let's go ahead and put you in, Barry. Say right now it's pouring down raining.
So I've seen multiple TikToks of people that have known this Austin kid, and they all have said that that day was very gloomy and it wasn't raining at all. It was just dark clouds and it was about to rain. So it wasn't raining.
I said, that's exactly what I heard, that it was raining. But still of all...
Where'd you hear that?
Well,
you obviously didn't hear it from the official documents.
Well, what I heard that it was raining, but according to even the brother, Hunter, he said that him and his brother, now that came out of his mouth. This is not a he say. He said that him and his brother went up to Anthony and told Anthony to get from under the tent. Why would they go up to Anthony and ask him that? Why they just didn't go and get an adult? Why they took it on
why
their
didn't he
hands?
go in that tent in the first place? We can go.
Karmelo sit wherever he want to. Just like I said, if they don't have any sign that says that under that tent was private and it was designated for one particular team, then I think that, he could sit wherever he wants.
Oh, and it wasn't
Well, all
raining. The police
hearsay.
report says so. No, I'm basing off the police report. You're basing off of hearsay.
And I feel that everyone deserves a fair trial.
He's getting a fair trial.
How is he getting a fair trial when we done proved him as guilty?
But you weren't allowed to have an opinion.
Wait till they get to the grand jury. The family have not really even spoke. When the family came out and spoke, they was trying to go and debunk some of the lies that was told.